Welcome back to the studio. I'm Marnie Fronczek with Victoria Dellanno, and we are ranking our top 5 Big Ten stadiums. I'll go first. I think that Oregon would be my number 5. I've heard the student section is good. The design of the stadium is supposed to trap in sound to make an echo chamber on the field, which I thought was pretty cool. Probably could make the opposing team a little nervous. And they have the biggest video board in college football.
Oregon's in my top 5. But my number 5 is, unfortunately, coming from a Michigan fan, is Ohio State. Their nickname is the Horseshoe. Their capacity is a little bit over 102,000. But one thing I liked is they have this thing called the Victory Bell. And what that is, it's a 2-ton bell, and they ring it after each Ohio State win. But one thing they do differently is if they beat Michigan at home, they'll ring it for 30 minutes post-game. And they also hosted some MLS events during this past off-season.
That's really cool. So we'll go into number 4. I said that Wisconsin would be because they have a fun tradition called Jump Around to the song Jump Around, where they all jump at the same time and it shakes the stadium. This is also supposed to make their opponents a little nervous. It does have a smaller capacity, but I thought this tradition was pretty cool.
I also think the red, white, and black all mix it, so you can't go wrong with all that. But my number 4 actually is Iowa University. And although their capacity is only around 69,000, I chose it because of the location. It is right next to a children's hospital, and they have this thing called the Hawkeye Wave. And basically what it does is the players will wave to the children pre and post game. And I think it's such a cute tradition because even though the kids can't be there, they can see all the games also for free. Who doesn't want to see a free football game?
Okay, on to number 3. I said Washington because it is right on the water, which I thought was pretty cool. People will tailgate on their boats right before the game in the Washington Lake, and it has a view of Seattle. The capacity is 70,000, and they have hit the all-time record for sound with 133.6 decibels which means that their student section is pretty passionate. I think it'd be a really fun game to attend.
I would go there and I would tan. I wouldn't tail. Actually, I'll tan and tailgate. TNT, tan and tailgate.
Cold.
Yeah, you're right. So actually, going back to my number 3 is actually your number 5, Oregon Stadium. You talked about how they have the biggest video board. I talked about how in the end of the 3rd quarter, they've been doing this since 2010, they play the song Shout. And it's become a big tradition and they do it all the time. Even though their capacity isn't the biggest, I also like their colors, neon green and orange, neon green and yellow.
Okay, that's really interesting. But my number 2 would be Michigan. It is the largest stadium in the United States and number 3rd, I'm pretty sure, in the world. I talked to one of my friends to get some personal insight on this, and she said that their student section is amazing, so I have to believe her. And then they do this thing called Maize Out, where they all wear the color maize, which is one of their school colors.
That's cool. I love Michigan. Okay, I'm a fan. So mine was Beaver Stadium. So their capacity is a little over 106,000. Obviously, they're known for their whiteout game, just like Michigan has their maize out game. And they probably, I would say, will have one of the biggest student sections. And I also talked to my few friends that go to Penn State, and they even said it's hard to get tickets. Here at Delaware, we don't have to pay for our tickets. They have to pay almost $100 for season tickets.
I went with my friend to the Penn State game, and it was insane. It was so fun. That's why I ranked them number 1. Their student section was so fun. They all were so passionate about their school, and they just made $700 million in renovations, which is crazy. And you could tell they have Wi-Fi throughout the entire stadium. It was so cool.
So my number 1 was Michigan, the big house, But thanks for coming along while we talked about our top 5.